everybody, welcome back. Just in time for Valentine's Day, I thought I'd share a delicious sweet recipe with you that you can gift to friends or share with loved ones. And we're making delicious apricot chocolate chip oatmeal cookies. And I know that sounds like a weird combination. You just have to trust me that these are unbelievable. And we're gonna turn some of them, in case you feel like it, into ice cream sandwiches. Let's begin. The first step, whenever you're baking, is of course to preheat your oven. We're preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 180 Celsius. And of course, we need a cookie sheet. So I've just lined mine with a piece of parchment paper, and I'm gonna set it aside. I'm gonna start with preparing my 3 additions. This is what's gonna go into the cookie dough at the very end. I just wanna get those out of the way and ready. So I've measured out some delicious apricot jam. You could use peach jam as well, but apricot jam and apricots in general and chocolate, they're besties. So chocolate chips, these are dark and vegan chocolate chips. And of course we also need some dried apricots, which I'm gonna chop really finely and measure out 1/3 cup of those. Let's mix together our dry ingredients. So of course these are oatmeal cookies, and my base is going to be just some rolled oats, and we're also going to be using some all-purpose flour. Our main egg replacer for today is going to be ground flax seeds, and strangely, this time around, we're not going to whisk them with water. We're just going to add those in. We also need our 2 leaveners, which are going to be some baking soda and some baking powder. And of course, as always, and very, very important in chocolate chip cookies, we need some salt. This is such an important ingredient. Never ever skip the salt in cookies. Let's set this aside and grab a large bowl. I'm gonna be using a hand mixer today. You can use a standing mixer as well. And cookies always start the same way. We need to mix together some non-dairy butter. Now when it comes to the sugar, I'm using some ground up panela. If you can find this, it's the best choice for these cookies. It's really rich in that molasses-like flavor. It goes great with chocolate. If you can't, just use regular brown sugar would be fine. You could use evaporated cane sugar as well, whatever you have, but this is great. Let's add that in, and you need your vanilla. We're just gonna mix until this becomes really, really creamy. Look at that creamy goodness. Oh my gosh. Now we're just gonna add our dry ingredients in, and let's mix again. Now it's time to add that apricot jam. This is also going to be a kind of egg replacer for today. And of course add into that deep apricot flavor. Let's mix. So I mixed just enough to get that incorporated. And now, of course, our gorgeous additions. We have our chopped apricots and our chocolate chips. Now we're simply going to use our spatula to get all that dough incorporated. Using an ice cream scoop, I'm just gonna scoop out some of that cookie dough. I always like to press it a little bit just to kind of get that dough nice and incorporated, and place it on our cookie sheet. Always leave some space between them, because although they aren't going to spread out as much as traditional chocolate chip cookies, they will spread out slightly. So you might have to do this in batches. And we're gonna pop these in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. They'll still be a little bit soft because they continue to firm up once they cool. That freshly baked cookie smell. I mean, there's nothing like it, right? So as you'll see, these are really soft still, because the magic happens outside of the oven once they're already brown. So what I'm gonna do is place them on a cooling rack. We're just gonna let these cool slightly until you see that they're firm, and then you can either serve them as is or as ice cream sandwiches, which we're gonna do next. Making ice cream sandwiches couldn't be easier once you've got your cookies. So we're just gonna scoop out some of your favorite ice cream. I'm using this incredible mango and raspberry ice cream, which I think would be great with the flavor. But use any type of vegan ice cream that you love, that you have in the house. We're just gonna scoop that on top of one cookie and top with another one. Then we press carefully because they're still a little bit warm. Mmm. Oh, so good.